welcome. Welcome, Southern California Satanists. Hail!
Hail!
My name is Omen Cerberus, and I am the congregation head for TST Southern California, along with Regina Dentata, who will be speaking in a moment. Dina and Brennan also are here, who lead Northern California. Thank you for joining us to take part in the National Day of Prayer. I'd like to give a shout out to all the amazing volunteers who helped bring all this together. Jeff, Scarlett for the sound, Minister Rob for his help as the NorCal liaison, and to all of our speakers who came out this way to share their thoughts and lead us in our reflection here today. And to all of you who came out to commemorate this occasion, hail yourselves.
Hail! Hail!
This is the first time the congregations of California have joined together to take part in the National Day of Prayer. We asked to be a part of the celebration with the National Day of Prayer Task Force, also celebrating here on the Capitol grounds, but we were denied. Ignored, to be more precise. We decided then to apply for our own permit to host a separate event. And here we are. We have much more time and visibility, so it all worked out in our favor. I'd like to turn things over now to Regina Dentata, Minister of Satan, congregation head and war cunt of Southern California.
Hail war cunt! Hail war cunt!
She will lead us in a brief reflection before a few other speakers and then the invocation.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for coming. Much appreciated. What? All right, the National Day of Prayer. Why are we here today? Indeed, why? Especially when we know right now we see the fingers of religion in our everyday lives, reaching out to try to erase who we are at our very core. I'd like us to consider that the reason we're here is by the mysterious workings of the Lord. That being the case, let's read from the good book. In Matthew 6, 5 through 6, Jesus says, "And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly." As with most of what their Savior says, Christians ignore this, and thus we are here today. It's true, though. When they stand on the street corners to be seen praying, we stand beside them, that they may be seen and get their reward. When they try to exempt themselves from serving others with whom they disagree, we turn that effort to suit our purpose. When they fight to establish Christian dominion, we, the adversary, fight back. Their hypocrisy is our strength. Take a moment to look to your left and to your right. What do you see? Satanists. Did you ever think we'd be standing here so openly sharing the words of our satanic invocation on the Capitol steps, here and in states across the country. Satanists standing together, brazenly, proudly. It is surging Christian theocracy that has brought us here today. We've seen what it can do. Queerness is Satan. Women are Satan. Abortion is Satan. Science, education, Satan. Sex, Satan. No sex, also Satan for some reason. Vegetarianism and veganism are Satan. Have you seen this? Morningstar Farms, Satan. Environmentalism, for some reason, Satan. I don't know. I guess because the Lord's coming and we don't need to preserve the earth, something like that. Indigenous cultures with their non-Christian spiritualities, Satan. Music is Satan. Heavy metal is definitely Satan, right? Role-playing games. Anybody from the 80s and 90s? Anybody play right? Yep. Satan, sorry. But the good news is this. Those they drive out, Satan embraces. Those they seek to silence, Satan amplifies. Those whose bodies they seek to control, Satan frees. The hungry they fail to feed, the naked they fail to clothe, the ailing they fail to treat, the dejected, the poor in spirit, the stranger they fail to welcome. The least of these, my brethren, we're all here. Satanists. So,
Hail
Satan! We're the monster of their own creation, the satanic society of their darkest imaginings, and we've come here today to revel in our strength, affirm our commitment to ourselves and to one another, compassion for ourselves and one another, justice for ourselves and one another, bodily autonomy for ourselves and one another, tolerance, learning, responsibility, wisdom for ourselves and one another. So I'll leave you with another verse from the Bible. John 13:34. A new commandment I give unto you, love one another. Though we Satanists aren't big on commandments, right? To this one and to all of you here today, I have to say, hail Satan, Jesus.
Hail
Hail Satan. Thank you all.
Thank you, Minister Regina. That was a stirring speech. Now, I would like to welcome another minister of Satan from the Southern California congregation, Minister Renee Grigori.
Hail Renee!
Hail! Good morning! And hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
This is the National Day of Prayer. Many onlookers here may be thinking that we Satanists should not have the right to be out here in the view of the public, worshiping the supernatural devil of Christianity. How dare we? How mistaken they are. We Satanists know better. We do not believe in nor worship any supernatural entities, let alone the devil of Christianity. So if we're not praying to the supernatural devil of Christianity, to what higher power are we praying? First, let me explain something. People use terms like the spirit of justice, the spirit of compassion, the spirit of wisdom, of liberty. For us, Satan is a spirit of rebellion. The word Satan literally means adversary. And we are adverse to and rebel against all arbitrary authoritarian tyranny. Where authoritarian doctrines, dogma, ideologies, and tyrants seek to oppress, we seek to emancipate. Where they seek to control, we seek to empower. Where they would have us wallowing in ignorance, prejudice, and fear, we encourage knowledge, compassion, and wisdom. We are, in fact, praying to a higher power. That higher power is all of humanity. It's all of us, the human collective, which is, in my opinion, the only power on this planet. Look around you at the technological, the medical advances that we've seen over the years. Consider the horrifying pandemic we've all been through. 100 years ago, how many millions more would have died because we weren't advancing our technologies and our medicines with compassion towards one another to make this a better world? We, humanity, that's all it's been, us. Humanity has the power to shape the world, making it for the better or the worse. We are praying for the better. So know this. It is easier to wallow in ignorance, to toe the line, blindly doing as we're commanded, than to seek knowledge. Knowledge comes at a cost. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes putting aside our preconceived ideas and making room for new information. It is easier to blame others for all the problems in this world, to make someone else the scapegoat, than it is to look in the mirror and recognize how imperfect we are and to take responsibility for our own actions. It is easier to cower in fear, letting those who know what's best for us save us from ourselves, than it is to have the courage to stand up for ourselves, accepting and embracing our authentic selves while respecting the freedom and autonomy of others. Today, we will be praying to humanity that we will strive to replace our ignorance, our prejudice, and fear with knowledge, compassion, and wisdom. One last thing before I step aside. I would like to ask everyone here to stop treating others the way you want to be treated and start treating others the way they want to be treated. Hail yourselves and hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Thank you, Minister Renee. That was a stirring speech. Now, we're going to go from the ministers of TST Southern California to the ministers of Northern California. The next speaker that I would like to present to you is a congregation head from TST, Northern California, Brennan.
Hello, everyone, and hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
First off, I wanted to welcome everyone from our sister congregation down in sunny Southern California. I appreciate all your efforts and initiative that has us standing here today, a place I never thought I'd be standing giving a speech, let alone as a satanic minister surrounded by like-minded individuals here to support religious freedom and plurality. Adversary you make us, adversary we shall be. This phrase encapsulates our experience with the religious majority of this country. At every turn, when we expressed curiosity, we were instead greeted with demands. You must believe this. You must praise this. You must pray this way. Don't ask too many questions. You can't be a good Christian if you don't just accept the world as theocrats spoon-fed it to you. And you must be a good Christian. As the demands grew, we stepped back. We fought against religion. But today, we embrace Satan on the steps of the Capitol. We embrace science. We embrace reason, we embrace compassion, and we embrace a religion, one that takes us and those we care about for who we are. We embrace the adversary we have been made to be. No longer will we be forced underground by the violence of theocratic love. The hell Christians fear is existence away from God's light. The hell we fear is being forced underground by their love. Here we stand with the sun on our cheeks, in the open, unafraid, and uncowed. We stand here enjoying our freedoms while they last. For every moment of every day, theocrats are working to erode our ability to believe differently from what they do. Theocrats couch their language on moral high grounds built on falsehoods. They claim they are protecting their rights while trampling our freedoms, with no concern for those who believe differently. They claim to care about children as case upon case of abhorrent behavior leaves their hollowed walls. They claim to care about families as they tear down institutions that support them. At every turn, we will resist. We will stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. Lucifer's fall from heaven was not a rebellion in vain. The rebellion allowed us to stand here today. That spark lit the flame of knowledge that carried us through the darkness to where we are. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Thank you, Brennan. That was a great speech. And I'd just like to say a giant fuck you to Jesus. Fuck you, Jesus. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Now, please, join us as we recite the invocation of the Satanic Temple, first in English, and then in Spanish. Please come forward, congregation leaders. Let us stand now,
Let us stand now,
unbowed and unfettered
unbowed and unfettered
by arcane doctrines,
by arcane doctrines,
born of fearful minds in darkened times.
born of fearful minds in darkened times.
Let us embrace
Let us embrace
the Luciferian impulse
the Luciferian impulse
to eat of the tree of knowledge
to eat of the tree of knowledge
and dissipate our blissful
and dissipate our blissful
and comforting delusions of old.
and comforting delusions of old.
Let us demand
Let us demand
that individuals be judged
that individuals be judged
for their concrete actions,
for their concrete actions,
not their fealty
not their fealty
to arbitrary social norms
to arbitrary social norms
or illusory categorizations.
or illusory categorizations.
Let us reason our solutions with agnosticism
Let us reason our solutions with agnosticism
in all things,
in all things,
holding fast
holding fast
to only that which is demonstrably true.
to only that which is demonstrably true.
Let us stand firm
Let us stand firm
against any and all arbitrary authority
against any and all arbitrary authority
that threatens the personal sovereignty
that threatens the personal sovereignty
of one or all.
of one or all.
That which will not bend must break,
That which will not bend must break,
and that which can be destroyed by truth
and that which can be destroyed by truth
should never be spared its demise.
should never be spared its demise.
It is done.
It is
It is done.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Now, Rosie, please step forward. And Nix. We will now have our invocation in Spanish.
Por favor, acompáñeme detrás cada frase. Pongámonos firmes ahora. Sin dobleces y sin restricciones. Por doctrinas arcanas. Nacidas de mentes temerosas. En tiempos oscuros. Abracemos el impulso luciferino de comer del árbol de conocimiento y disipar nuestros dichosos y reconfortantes delirios de antaño. Exigemos que los individuos sean juzgados por sus acciones concretas, no por su lealtad a normas sociales arbitrarias o categorizaciones ilusorias.
Razonemos nuestras soluciones con agnosticismo en todas las cosas, aferrándonos solo a lo que es demostrablemente cierto. Mantengámonos firmes contra cualquier autoridad arbitraria que amenace la soberanía personal de uno o de todos. Lo que no se doblega debe romperse. Y lo que puede ser destruido por la verdad nunca debe liberarse de su desaparición. está hecho. Así será. Ave Satanás.
Ave Satanás.
Ave Satanás.
Ave Satanás.
Ave Satanás.
Ave Satanás.
Muchas gracias. Qué hermoso. Thank you. That was a wonderful recitation and affirmation of our core values. Thank you, Brennan, Dina, Regina, Rosie, and Nix. Now it's my privilege to introduce our next speaker, the leader of Northern California Congregation Sacramento Division, Minister Rob.
Thank you, Omen. Thank you to my fellow leadership, to our guests this morning, any media we have out, and also the National Day of Prayer Task Force, as without them, we likely wouldn't be out here enjoying our religious freedom today. Let's also give a round of applause. We have a few other congregations across the nation also visiting their capitals. Hail Satan to them.
Hail Satan.
And I'd like to kind of work around the theme of contemplation. Why are we here? Why do we hail Satan? Why have many of us despised organized religion, only to find ourselves here in another organized religion? I can very easily answer these questions, but I realize I don't share my answers with those I congregate myself around. Initially, it was a troubling conclusion, until I discovered that our individuality is the beauty of our community. We are all individuals that have ended up on the same left-hand path through our own personal journey. I also contemplate the wonders of why our religious equality must be put through courts, litigation, why our aesthetic offends others, why identifying as a Satanist lumps us into conspiracy theory allegations. These questions are not so easily answered. I now find my peace, though, in understanding not all questions do need to be answered. If I could find a simple catch-all answer to those questions, I'd be no better than those that place judgment upon me and my community here today. I'd like to just finish up by remembering my fellow Satanists and others who have taken the time to come out in support or opposition, if anybody's here. I'd like to remind everybody that we are Satanists. We are strong. We are one, but we are many. We know the power and happiness that comes of balance. Without reflection, one cannot seek the answers to the questions they contemplate. Hail yourself, hail the joint SoCal, NorCal congregations, and hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Thank you, Minister Rob, for those stirring words. I'd now like to introduce the leadership from Southern California San Diego Division, who would like to lead us in a brief prayer and end our ceremony today. I'm proud to introduce to you Minister Vexa of TST SoCal San Diego.
Excuse me a moment. I need to get my stool. Yes, I found my stool. Thank you. Thank you, Minister Omen. I appreciate everything that you've done for our congregation. What an amazing experience we have all had here today on the steps of our state's Capitol with witnesses from all over, of all different backgrounds, all different races and ethnicities, all different sexualities, and of all or no genders. We are here to show that acceptance and compassion and empathy are how this world can survive and thrive. We have all come here together, bringing all of our uniqueness, talents, and knowledge. We all benefit and grow and succeed from this experience. This National Day of Prayer is a day for all people of all faiths and religions to express their love and beliefs, to prove to this country that it is a pluralistic one, that we all belong, no matter if we fit in the societal norms box or not. We are all capable of existing and uniting despite our differences, and we should all strive to acknowledge and support that our differences encourage open-mindedness, which in turn provides an avenue for acceptance to spread. We should learn to accept that acceptance, not tolerance, is how we move forward, how we progress to bettering this world. Acceptance and tolerance. Too often these two words are seen as interchangeable, when in all actuality, they're very different. To tolerate comes with caveats. It is giving permission to something or someone that you dislike or disagree with to exist. It breeds anger and hate and encourages segregation. It spreads the message that anyone and anything that doesn't fit into a tiny little box of societal expectations must jump through hoops to be seen or allowed to live as they wish. But to accept is to unconditionally welcome those who are different despite your disagreements. Acceptance brings forth change necessary for equality. It revitalizes curiosity and promotes learning. Acceptance is key to the future, and we are all here to prove that there isn't one religion or one belief system or one gender or race or ethnicity or anything that is the only with validity. All beliefs are valid, and no law or regulation should be created based on those beliefs. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
This satanic community we have built has done nothing but encourage each and every one of us to choose our own path, and while still being celebrated, loved, and accepted. This support we all give each other is what a religion should be built on. It is a powerful feeling to know that no matter what path you choose, what road you take, you will always have your satanic family there behind you to support and give you the guidance that you feel you need. Because of this, I offer this prayer to you. Let us pray. Heathens, unhallowed be their name, and thy kingdom and will be whatever and however you want. May you have the strength to forgive yourself your trespasses and to learn from them. May you treat yourself with the same compassion and empathy you give to others. May you give into temptation, for sin does not exist, and one should live deliciously. May you travel the path of your choosing, for only you can decide where you will go, who you will be, and how you will get there. May you discover all that you can about this world, its inhabitants, and especially yourself, for that is for the betterment of all life, as no future is gained from living as the status quo. May you love deeply whomever you choose, and may your love be felt by however many you feel deserves it. May you cherish all that you experience in this life, for it is the only one you will get before entering nothingness. May you do what you will with your body and let no one tell you what you can and can't do with it, as bodily autonomy is your right. And finally, may you excise from your life all which does not serve you or does harm to you, as you deserve only the best from this world. Ave Satanas, and hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Oh, the stool's in the way. I gotta get rid of this. Okay, thank you, Minister Vexa. That was amazing. And this concludes our program for today. Thank you all so much for taking the time to come and support our efforts to promote satanic visibility and representation. It is our hope that the privileges now granted to the few become rights exercised by the many. Our presence here is evidence of that hope. Thank you all for joining us in our quest to make that hope reality. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
I wanted to give one final message to our opposition. Thank you so much for showing up, taking videos, and standing around listening to us. You do more to spread the word of Satan than we ever could.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Thank you, Brent.
But I don't know where. Rob, do you know where you want to kind of direct people?
Tell them to come talk to us in person because I don't want to.
Yeah, tell them that.
One last thing. If any of you would like to join us at a picnic, come and speak with the leadership here, and we'll give you all of the details. And we are a brand new religion. We're also a minority religion. We don't have a lot of rights. We always have Christian theocrats coming and trying to interrupt what we're doing when they have the floor always and we have the floor never. And we just want to thank all of the people that helped everything here come together. All of the National Day of Prayer Task Force that allowed us to participate, or did not allow us to participate, but we got a permit anyway. And we were able to do this, and for everyone that's here that participated in the organization of this, I want to give you my deep thanks. So thank you all for coming. Hail Satan.